Well, sports fans, here we are on the verge of going out for another nice little time. You can see, oh dear, 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 my nemesis is ahead of me. We're from Weird Modifier Guessing Game 105. My nemesis, Stacksman Song Chain. If there's anybody more popular on Bitcross, it would be Stacksman. I don't think, I've looked at this in the past, I don't think it's true. I think you're seeing a slight aberration here, and that I spend more time in this slot than Stacksman does. Okay, and who knows about add a letter, but they don't inspire fear. This is Tommy Walker. My name, you would see, if we saw more of my cover there on the left, we would see my name, Tommy Walker, in the grass. And so I'm the author of that book. The key thing to keep in mind about it, if you're looking at casually, it's nonfiction. That's smooth right. It's nonfiction, and it's not for kids. Even though it is a coming-of-age story. And of course, you see there on the crayon, the title of it is, the essential title you need to keep in mind is Monstrous. Subtitle, however, is Above the Tree, Next to Mr. Moon. I'm the author of that book. It's a beautiful one, and I highly recommend it, and a few others do too. But what we're really into these days is the guessing game that I am the host of at Book Crossing. We could not go far wrong by calling it Search Engine Hot and Cold. And we've been doing this a long time, about 8 years now. We're up to our 105th game, as you see there. And I love to turn people on to the game, particularly to inspire others to become hosts and carry it to the four corners of the world. Try this game out at your own favorite website where you hang out and see what happens. This is a beautiful game. So we're going to get on with it. But what we're actually going to do here, we're going to get on with it to the extent that we're going to find out what new guesses there have been that have come in since last time I looked. The mystery that we're dealing with in this particular time around, actually you can see it down here. Can you? I guess my tabs is sometimes visible, sometimes not. The mystery is some context. The mystery is pudding, but we are oddly having this pass through the prism of Pink Floyd. We're getting a particular usage. We're getting a strong sense for a particular usage of the word pudding. When in Another Brick at the Wall, they're going, how can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? Okay, you know that one. I assume you do. And I would think people do. And yet we've been knocking around Pink Floyd lyrics. The guessing game has advanced to Pink Floyd lyrics, Another Brick in the Wall, without anyone formally guessing the thing. We had the rather intriguing situation way in the past here, as this game goes, of Greyflink referencing the line about pudding in the lower half of one of his posts, but not making a guess of it. And so, and no one's, I don't know what's going on. They're deferring to Greyflink. They don't understand what Greyflink was talking about. And Greyflink himself has not, with the benefit of clues that lyrics to Another Brick at the Wall is on the right track, without he has not gone there himself with the benefit of the feedback that I have given them, telling them absolutely they are on the right track to be giving me another brick in the wall lyrics. I'd love to see it be Miss Markey, because she was the first one to correctly go to the idea of lyrics within another brick in the wall. And we're overdue, and we're really kind of threatening to have a finish that is not as shiny as the previous game when we solve Squishy. Okay, here we go. Pudding, is it? Now that's Graveflank. That's the person we're looking for, who never actually guessed, who referenced it as a joke. He's saying, I'm a food-obsessed guy, and when I think Pink Floyd, and when I think another brick in the wall, and when I think lyrics to that song, and all these things would be in his mind when Miss Markey guessed, I guess, dark sarcasm and education. I think that was Miss Markey's. You can see she was thinking in terms of Pink Floyd lyrics. And so presumably Graveflank sees that. Graveflank sees all the guesses in front of him. And at this point, when we got the feedback that Pink Floyd was the modifier, the team went heavily straight to the idea of another brick in the wall. And Miss Markey, anyways, went straight to the idea of lyrics within another brick in the wall, just off of my yes to Pink Floyd. Just saying that Pink Floyd, this band, is warm. They got that far on their own. And Graveflank in the same round makes reference to Pudding. Well, I don't know. Should I do it? That would be one way to do it. I could freak myself out if I search for Pudding and then find something other than what I'm intending to show you. I don't think I want to do it that way. But Graveflank posts the quote that has Pudding in it. So see, while we're thinking of it, this is what's on my mind. This quote is on my mind when I look at all these other guesses when I think of Pink Floyd. And he just he did not make a guess of it then. He's not made a guess of it since, even though he's now had the chance to see a couple different feedback loops that say absolutely that is the pathway. And they've gone completely nuts. They've gone squirrely nuts. Every post says it's stronger, more emphatically, that it is Pink Floyd brick in the wall lyrics. And I do use that's from another brick in the wall. That's what I really should say. Conceivably, that is explain it somehow. I do know that when I went to YouTube and looked up another brick in the wall, what popped up first for me was a 3-some-minute version that does not contain the spoken parts. So when I went to YouTube, it was not there on my first try. They may have been as superficial as that, and gone to a YouTube video, watched the one that came up first, exhausted the lyrics of it, and are going their merry way. So it's conceivable that Graveflank is the only one who knows of that line offhand. But he doesn't guess it either. Okay. A lot of the time he gives us excerpts of a story that he's working on. And that's what's happening here. So Graveflank does not guess Pudding. Potent or foreboding struck her. Well, I got this portent of foreboding myself here. Oh, well, drop it. You're kidding, Jools. See, they've gone completely nuts. Every post tells them in stronger terms than the one before, the one that came before, that it's Another Brick in the Wall lyrics. That's from Another Brick in the Wall. And it's highly associated with lyrics. If it's not a lyric, it's highly, highly, highly associated with them. And they've just snapped. And what happens when you snap? How long can things go when you snap? It can get, well, we've had some substantial ones of people who are like sitting on a mystery and then snap, and they can go hundreds of guesses from the point of snapping without getting a solve. I think maybe that's what I should be adjusting to. That here we're dealing with snapped guessers, and who the hell knows? But on the other hand, all 104 of our previous mysteries have been solved. That's why we're on number 105. I don't let them advance without a solve. And so I think, punch drunk or not, out of our minds or not, we'll solve it still. Even the ones that this reminds me of in terms of sitting on it and not seeing it. None of those previous cases went that long, taking the long view of this game. They can feel like ages. Okay, so we've seen 2 of them. I know about 4 new posts. Just the mere fact that there have been 4 new posts. 2 of them down, 2 to go. Let's look for pudding in one of these others. That's really crazy. Well, that's what happens when they're snapped. Graveflank is leading the way. Miss Markey might actually have better chances than most. There's no reason that Miss Markey needs to be part of this contagion, because she's not guessed in a while. She has not been part of the group experience of the groups losing their mind following looking for Brick in the Wall lyrics, or the Wall lyrics. And I don't know that she thinks quite the same way in the first place as the rest of the group. So if she's not bitten this craziness bug, see, they think they've exhausted the lyrics. I guess that's what happened. They're all thinking in terms of the first video that they clicked on YouTube that was for 3 minutes and didn't include the spoken parts. They think they've exhausted it, and that's why they're not going there. Somebody, please. No, Woody. Horrible round. Absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible round. I've been like sitting here astounded at every round it gets stronger and stronger. The sense of going within Brick in the Wall lyrics. Every single round it gets stronger. The deeper web is doing its job, funneling us within the Another Brick in the Wall lyrics, contents of Another Brick in the Wall. And then I'm sitting here marveling as we have one round a little while ago where there were only 2 out of 8 guesses were related to those lyrics. Well, only 2 of the 8 were lyrics within Another Brick in the Wall. And I can't make myself stop saying the word lyrics. I don't know. And then I watched another one where it's down to 1. I did a full batch. what was it, 2 out of 6? And I said, oh my, wow, 2 out of 6, 2 out of 10. Oh, no, I'm recording.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry. Okay. And then, and then Marvel goes down to like 1 out of 8. And now we've got this full batch without a single guess that goes where the scores are screaming for them to go. This is a 0 out of 8. I think I had calculated it at 3 out of 16. We're now looking at 3 out of 24 guesses. 3 of the last 24 guesses have been from another brick in the wall. And let's marvel at this a little bit longer. Let's just look at our last update. I gave them the Baby Einsteins because that's what they're playing to. Baby Einsteins is a category that favors really, really low hit guesses. And what's particularly outrageous about us seeing movement in this category that I nicknamed Baby Einsteins is that the guesses that are going to the top in this category in Baby Einsteins, which I guess would be American Groupie here and the and Floyd Pinkerton. It's about scoring well in percentage without scoring well in traditionals. That's what the Baby Einsteins mean. And sometimes it can be very helpful. And there have been mysteries that have a structure where it's actually better to score high in percentages than it is to score high in both percentages in traditionals. Scoring lower in traditionals can be better. It's kind of weird, but it can work that way sometimes. Certain mysteries, certain structures. This is not one of them. And the outrageous part is that these guesses, Floyd Pinkerton and American Groupie, would help them do this, would help them be so strong in one and not the other and go high in this relativity category, is that they have so few hits. And part of the original clue of this game was that the mystery had more hits than the modifier I used. I used a modifier of Pink Floyd, and they've gotten the Pink Floyd part. So now we're dealing with, they have to find something that gets more hits than Pink Floyd. That's stated in the original clue. And you look at Pink Floyd's at about 3.5 million on its own. So it's one of the larger clues I've given for them to know at this point that they're looking for something that gets more than 3.5 million hits. And let's see. I've seen Pink Floyd. No, never mind the 3.9 stuff. Or not. I'm trying to think. I saw 3.9 million for Pink Floyd at some point. But anyways, it's below 4. It's above 3. It's above 3 million, however you slice it. And now we're getting these guesses that are way below 3 million hits that do not even qualify given the opening clue of the game. Now, what I've seen here this last round isn't that bad in terms of relativity and eligibility, but you take a look at this, and it's completely insane. You look at the traditionals in particular; it is completely insane. And yeah, in qualified battles, let's bring up. Maybe let's do a control minus to bring them all up on the same plane here. Traditional 10 and the qualified best. Both of these are just really put a strong point on it. Absolutely everything if it's not Pink Floyd itself, if it's not done with Pink Floyd, the name, a part of the name, Pink Floyd, it's directly from, you're looking at something that is directly from Another Brick in the Wall, straight down the line. It's absolutely insane how strong the scent is. And when they're guessing 2 out of 8 that are from Another Brick in the Wall, those 2 uniformly are going higher on the list than, like, what in that case, the 6 that would not. When it goes to like 1 out of 8 in the next round, the 1 goes straight up to the top tier with the others, and the 7 crash. So the information I've been giving them has been the information. Yes, well, I'm speechless. That's it. You know, just look at, freeze it right here. Freeze right here. Take a look at this. And this is a team of a group of guessers who have this information and have completely abandoned Another Brick in the Wall. That's the state that we are at right now. The complete abandonment of Another Brick in the Wall. Hallucination, manifestation, conformity, irony, drugs, rock star, stage name, and Alan Parker. You know what? It's just about completely abandoned rock. Look at that. It's completely abandoned Another Brick in the Wall. It looks like it's 6/8 abandoned Pink Floyd. Or, now it all depends on Alan Parker. 1/8. Oh yes, this marvel this a little bit more. We have completely abandoned Another Brick in the Wall. We have 7/8 abandoned, it looks like, and I'll have to find out about Alan Parker, but it looks like we have 7/8 abandoned Pink Floyd even. We have the clue of Pink Floyd and have 7/8 abandoned, going with, you know, something related to Pink Floyd. We have 7/8, we have perhaps 6/8 abandoned rock and roll, hallucination, man, rock stars qualify for rock and roll. There's stage names in all kinds of areas of entertainment. It all depends on Alan Parker. I'm going with the 6/8 abandonment of rock and roll, the 7/8 abandonment of Pink Floyd, the 8/8 abandonment of Another Brick in the Wall. Graveflank can't go to it cannot go to pudding when he has put it in when he has thought it. He cannot act on it with given feedback. You know what? I'm kind of favoring Miss Markey. The first person to go to the idea is Miss Markey. Of course, she kind of seems to follow the leader. She seems to typically go hard where the leaders go. You know, making jumps that are larger than warranted. And I would have generally, you know, felt that way when I first, for most circumstances, if you're given Pink Floyd, there's a lot of Pink Floyd songs out there, and not many people, the hardcore Floyd fans actually don't think that highly of Another Brick in the Wall. I think the casual people will. The casual people do think another brick in the wall first. The hardcore people have several choices ahead of that song. Um, but people went just overwhelmingly, and what I think I've read, Floyd's got 181 different songs. But the people went, I'm going with like maybe 4/6 to straight to Another Brick in the Wall when I first gave them the information to Pink Floyd. And it was a dead ringer. Miss Markey went hard into an assumption that it was lyrics from Another Brick in the Wall and gave me, I think it was Dark Sarcasm. I think she started off with Dark Sarcasm in Education. And she doesn't get a lot of solves. She has historically not been the solver very often, probably because she just goes so hard within. She'll steer extra hard into an idea without getting the confirmation to go there. But this one particular time, she guessed right. She was absolutely on the money to be steering that hard in one particular direction, given the clue of Pink Floyd. And she's the one. She has not been here as often as the others, so she would not have this experience that the others are having right now of becoming frustrated when they've going frustrated in their pursuit of stuff from Another Brick in the Wall that they think they've exhausted. So she's not poisoned by that experience, and she might be more familiar with Another Brick in the Wall than the others. She was the first to go within the song. She might have extra sensitivity being a preschool teacher. Appreciating the irony as a preschool teacher. Or appreciating, taking up that attitude once in a while. Or putting it on as an interesting pair of clothes to wear. To go around saying that we don't need no education as a preschool teacher. So there are certain. It's very difficult to actually predict a Miss Markey solve. She doesn't give you a lot of reasons to ever predict her, to ever call it as, I think Miss Markey's going to do it. But there's a lot pointing to her as having a better chance than she usually does. So this is where we stand. And it's going to be a little bit while before I'm in playing shape at Starbucks. There might be new guesses. There might be Miss Markey to look forward to. And, but we'll see. It doesn't look good as things stand.